Welcome to World Finals.
So at Moss Jam World Finals, stunts have really revolutionized what we do. It's become some of the most viral moments in Moss Jam history, and really it's helped us grow as a sport. One of the stunts at this year's Monster Jam World Finals is the JCB Digatron Smashbot stunt. So the origination of this stunt really came from the toy itself. We're really excited that Spin Master was able to create this toy and brought it to our attention.
So I draw a lot of inspiration from anime and games. Like, I really like big robots and mecha. Smashbot came to life because I wanted a big spectacular battle with a giant robot, and I thought it would be a cool idea if JCB truck smashed into it and crashed in a spectacular way. We went through multiple iterations just because we wanted to make a really great toy.
What was really important in making this was making it look like the actual toy itself. Really, a lot went into making this a smashable object, so the engineering that had to go in to create a stable 40-foot tall robot that actually looked like the toy itself was absolutely hard to pull off. We were able to work with our in-house Feld Entertainment team and really be able to build this thing larger than life, but making it safe as well.
All right, guys, let's go.
So the planning for this started about a year ago. Our stunt committee gets together, we work with Tom Menz trying to figure out what can go into the truck action, how we're going to test that part of it, but Tom's involvement is huge in figuring out how fast the truck needs to go, where it needs to reach its peak, and how it's going to safely get through the stunt and pull it off.
You know, every part of the stunt has to be calculated perfectly, but yet be super safe. And the cool part about it is I wanted to know who the driver was going to be. And when they told me it'd be Tristan, I thought that's perfect.
Going in to do a stunt is nerve-wracking. It seems like a lot of pressure to go in and do a stunt in front of all these thousands of people. I'm really excited about this stunt. It'll be my first one, but the practice is what was even more fun about this whole thing.
To see him on that ramp get so much air, it really, really impressed me. It's going to be the execution of where JCB, Digatron, and Tristan need to land to take the Smashbot down.
With this stunt, it really shows what we're able to build. The stunt itself is going to be absolutely epic. We're extending the limits of what we've done, what we can do, and what we're going to see in the future. This JCB Digatron Smashbot is going to be something you have to see live.
Please welcome Tristan England, JCB Digatron! Ladies and gentlemen, Tristan England, JCB Digatron, with the JCB Digatron Smash Bot stunt to kick off Night 2 of Monster Jam World Finals 24. Salt Lake City, make some noise!
What an incredible stunt we just witnessed there by Tristan England. JCB Digatron smashes the robot there, brings it down, crushes it, bringing the toy to real life.
I think he would have been the World Finals high jump champion with his eyes. He got JCB Digatron there. What a great way to kick off Night 2 of World Finals. The Monster Jam Spin Master Smash Bot stunt. Tristan England kicking us off on the right foot here at Rice-Eccles Stadium.
Not only did we get a preview of the Lucas Oil high jump, but we just saw the toy come to life with your Utah Sports Commission Two-Wheel Skills Challenge World Finals champion, Tristan England. There he is. One more time, let's hear it! In his first stunt ever in his career here, continues on shining here with JCB, and of course the great partnership here we have with Spin Master as well. And now we're going to try to throw it down to KCG, who's standing by with Tristan England.
Tristan, what a wild way to kick off the Monster Jam action here today. Talk to us about how you took the magic and the action from this brand new Spin Master toy and you brought it to life with this stunt.
You know, I haven't even got to break out the play set from the box that Crash and I got the other day. But man, what a ride that was. I practiced a jump very similar to this out at Tom Ment's backyard at Monster Jam University. Man, it was fun. It feels like you're getting closer to God up there, man. You're getting so high in this 12,000-pound Monster Jam truck. I got to thank Feld Entertainment for believing in me and just going for this opportunity right here. Now we got our very own play set. And I know there's some special guests here besides my family. I got my Bamford family, the JCB family, right here. And we just smashed that bot, baby! Woo! I told Tom on the radio right there, I'm about as tough as Tom Metz right now. That's how I feel. You Monster Jam fans, get ready. We're just getting warmed up. Got a little bit of cleanup to do. That's nothing for my Dirt Crew family. We'll be all right. Monster Jam fans, are you entertained? And can you dig it?
We just saw the replay there, Scott, the elevation. Of course, they're bringing the toy to real life as well. So what an incredible feat for Tristan England and JCB Digatron, just adding to his career resume.
In the words of Scott Douglas, that's some serious elevation, Holmes, right there. That's how we roll. And KCG down on the track with Christina. Christina is with one of our JCB Digatron teammates over there, so we're going to send it over to Christina.
That's right, Scott. I'm joined right now by Brandon Arthur, the new Rising Star of the Year here at Monster Jam. And we're surrounded by some fans right now who are like, are you next? Like, are you jumping now?
Yeah, no, not me. It's all Tristan tonight. You guys just watched him do that awesome Monster Jam stunt right there, and that was incredible. And I can tell you what, it's going to be an action-packed night here. It's like the fans around me are just saying, it's the last day of Monster Jam World Finals. It doesn't get any better than this. So I can tell you what, all 24 of those trucks are going to go out there and throw it down. I guarantee you that.
And this year is extra special, especially for you and JCB, because it's the 80th anniversary, and you get to be a part of that.
Yeah, you know, it's an incredible opportunity. We got to debut the truck yesterday morning, and oh man, it's a beautiful truck, and it's awesome to see Tristan go and wheel it out there, you know, and he's going to go out there. I was talking to him earlier at pit party. He said he's not holding back during freestyle, so I don't know what that means, but I can tell you what, it's going to be a wild ride.
Wild ride indeed. Monster Jam fans, give it up for Brandon Arthur, JCB Tigatron.
I am back at the desk with our Grand Marshal Motorsports legend, the one and only Travis Pastrana. Travis, you got a lot of history with Monster Jam, but first let's talk about the X Games here in Salt Lake City last weekend, because we were there unveiling the new Tech Deck Rec Deck. Talk about your weekend here last week.
Man, Utah truly is the state of sport. Absolutely awesome. My mom's actually living up in Park City right now. We were down here, my wife skating the ramps at the X Games, watching some of the best competition in the world for freestyle. And here, I was just got to hang out with Dennis Anderson and Tom Mentz. This has been absolutely an awesome day. Cannot wait to see what happens tonight.
Tonight we will crown our BKT Freestyle World Finals champion, and you have some history at World Finals. You're the only driver in Monster Jam history to make your freestyle debut at the biggest event of the year, World Finals. What was that moment like for you?
So, I used to have a monster truck, and the dream was to race World Finals or compete in World Finals in some way. And my good buddy, Cam McQueen, he qualified the truck for World Finals, so I kicked him out of the seat. We went out there, and I have to say, the jumps are so much bigger in person, down on ground floor. I've never been more nervous in my life. I put it on the roof, but ended up 5th overall. So thanks to everyone in the crowd for voting. It was a lot of fun. And this year's going to be, it's amazing how far the drivers have come, the trucks have come, and even just watching that, the height of that jump, this is amazing.
We do have some drivers making the World Finals freestyle debut tonight. Were there any nerves for you? Any advice you could give to them before they hit out the track tonight for the first time ever?
I think Dennis Anderson said it the best to me. When I got in, I was scared to death. And Dennis looked at me, he goes, hey, just keep that right foot to the floor. Never back up. It's always exciting if you're moving forward and hitting stuff. Just try to keep that thing on all four, or at least on one. Let's make it happen.
I'd like to be able to list everything you've ever driven or ridden, but I don't think we have enough time here today. Anything on 2 wheels, anything on 4 wheels, you master. What has that journey been like for you to just be a master of all these trades when it comes to motorsports?
Man, I just love competition. I've always liked monster trucks. I had a chance to go to the Digger Dungeon when I was 4 years old. I've been absolutely hooked on monster trucks ever since, and I can see all the smiles here and everyone ready for this night's event. It's not going to disappoint. It's going to be fun.
So you are serving as our World Finals Grand Marshal, so that means you are going to get the crowd excited here in just a little while as the trucks get ready for JCB Racing. Is it a full circle moment for you to come back to Monster Jam after doing that 5th place performance at World Finals?
I'm always watching on TV, but I haven't been to a World Finals in a few years, and just seeing how technical everything's gotten is absolutely amazing. But yeah, like I said, I like to drive everything. I like to compete in everything, and looking at how beat up you get and how high these guys and girls are going to be flying tonight, I'm pretty happy to be watching tonight for sure.
Well, we're happy to have you back in Monster Jam Salt Lake City. You'll see him again. He's our Grand Marshal. Make some noise for Travis Pastrana.
Well, we had some other friends joining us out here as well, coming all the way from New Mexico. It's Haley and Hendrix. Everybody say hi, Hendrix. He's a little nervous to get on. Make some noise for Hendrix. So, you said that you're pretty big Monster Jam fans. How long have you been coming to Monster Jam?
He just got into it about 2 years ago.
2 years ago? That's pretty impressive, man. So you've been like almost a fan your entire life at just 2 years old. Probably the youngest fan we've ever had on camera. And we're going to play a game real quick. It is called Helmet Shuffle. Is all that's going to happen. We're going to put our St. Jude helmets on the board. You're going to tell me which one has the trophy. And if you get that, you're going home with a prize. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Hendrix, how you feeling? He's speechless. Let's do it. Helmets on the board. St. Jude. Helmet Shuffle. Keep your eyes on the prize. Which one will it be? And down goes the helmets, and let's shuffle them. He's watching. Keep it going. Keep it going. Every day I'm shuffling. It's not done yet. Let's see what happens. You think you got it, Mom? She's watching pretty close. I'm going to ask Hendrix first. If he actually gets it, we'll find out. Oh, as he turns and looks at me. All right, which one is it, Hendrix? 1, 2, or 3?
Say 3.
He said 3. Let's find out. Is it 3? Take a look at the board. Which one will it be? It's not 1. It's down to 2 or 3. Hendrix, you have a shot. It's not 2. Hendrix, the youngest ever on camera, 2 years old, and he gets it right. And this is for you, Spin Master, and this is special edition Ringling. So there you have it, just for you, Hendrix. Thank you so much for coming out. More games coming your way, and there it is, the St. Jude Helmet Shuffle. Give it up for Hendrix.
Well, for the very last time here tonight, we're going to be bringing back our live event host, but also our special guest host. We've got our pit party crew hanging out with us, and we're going to give you some predictions on tonight's action. So Keaton's standing by with our pit party host for their JCB Racing picks.
Thanks so much, Kay. We are so excited, just like all of the Monster Jam fans, to watch the madness hit the track. And I want to give all of our predictions from the team. So for me, I am choosing Cole Bernard of the Black Pearl. I know that he's got a tough lineup in round one, but I think he's got what it takes to advance on. And we could see him crowned our World Finals champion. But David Mila, who is your pick for the JCB Racing winner?
Yeah, so Keaton, I think that if you want to be the champ, you have to beat the champ. So I'm going with Zach Gardner, wild side. I think that last night he got the nerves out of the way during that amazing freestyle run. So I think he's going to make it to the championship round, face Todd LeDuc. And by the end of the night, everyone's going to be saying back-to-back Zach Gardner, wild side.
Lindsay Noble, who is your pick?
See, I get what David's saying, but I think the champ is Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger. Right now, his racing percentage, 52-8. That is the best over the entire fleet this entire season. It speaks for itself.
Jabari Thomas, who's your pick?
I believe Camden Murphy is going to win this thing. Classroom crusher. I've seen this guy all series long, and let me tell you, this kid drives hard. Camden Murphy!
Unisa Cruz, who are you picking?
Keaton, I got to say, I'm not going with any of the same ones as them. I'm going to go in a different direction. I'm going with Bryce Kenny in Monster Mutt. This particular season, he's done exceptionally well behind the wheel of that puppy dog, throwing it down, being one of the fastest on his entire series. So I know he's going to take it home tonight.
Well, Kay, clearly it could be anybody's game, but only one will be crowned. We're going back to you at the desk.
Thank you so much, Keaton. Thank you so much to our pit party hosts. Now it's time to get our live event picks here for the BKT Freestyle, the very last competition you're going to see here tonight. So we're going to kick things off with Taylor, who's standing by in the stands.
Thank you. So I'm going to go with Bari Musauer in Zombie. This driver got so close to taking his series. And I'm in the stands, as you can see, and he has so many supporters. Not just Zombie, but the Bari Musauer.
All right, we're going to throw it to Ray now. Who's your pick, Ray?
Well, of course, I got to stick with the man that I said yesterday. That would be Zach Gardner, wild side. You already said it earlier. He had one of the best freestyle runs that I've ever seen, and I think that he holds on to it. The expert judges know what they saw. The fans know what they saw. I think Zach Gardner, wild side, takes this thing. What do you think, Christina?
Well, listen, you got wild side, I got a wild card, and that's Brianna Mahan in Scooby-Doo, the Princess of Carnage herself. She had her best season yet here at Monster Jam, celebrating 10 years, and she threw down some epic freestyles, the first ever double backflip in an arena. So I'm going to go with the Princess of Carnage herself, Brianna Mahan in Scooby-Doo. But KCG, what's the word on the street in the pits for you?
What a fleet we have for tonight's Monster Jam Freestyle Championship competition. But I'm going with your reigning Freestyle World Champion, Tyler Menega, Gravedigger. He's been waiting all week for this competition, and he's last in the lineup, which means he's got just enough time to watch what everybody does out there on the track to lay it down for all these fans.
All right, Scott, what's your pick?
I can't believe I'm agreeing with Taylor, but I am. Zombie Nation wins this one. Bari Musauer, 6 freestyle wins on the season, led all stadium competitors, and he's won here in this track on this dirt. I'm going Zombie all the way.
All right, I'm going to stay with Ray, and I'm going to choose wild side as Zach Gardner again for all the reasons why Ray said I think he's going to hold the lead here. So I'm going on with wild side. So that will do it for our picks here. We're going to continue on here just a little bit, but I think DJ Mulski is ready to turn it up.
All right, real quick. Hey, my prediction for tonight is the fans. I think you guys are the stars tonight. We need some noise, fans. Let me hear you out there. Everybody, on your feet. On your feet. Right now. Let's start the Everybody standing if you're ready. Let me see. Start the party right now. What section is the party section? Let's start the party right now. We can hear you! Start the party right now. Let's start the party right now. Let's start the party right now. If you know your section is the loudest, get on your feet and make Let's try it. If you're under 15, make some noise. That's not loud enough. Now watch this. If you're over the age of 15, let me hear you scream. Now, Rice-Eccles Stadium. I need somebody, anybody, everybody scream. Tonight's gonna be a great night tonight. We need everybody up. Here we go. Let's see what section sings this the loudest. Sing with me. I got a feeling louder. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. Feel it. 5, 4, 3, 2, somebody scream!
Salt Lake City, are you ready for Monster Jam World Finals? Please welcome your 2025 Monster Jam World Finals competitors.
Tyler Menega, Gravedigger.
This is Barney Musauer, Zombie.
Adam Anderson, Gravedigger, the legend.
Blake Granger, Monster Mutt Dalmatian.
Brianna Mahan, Scooby-Doo.
Please welcome Colt Stevens, Thunderoris.
This is Jim Kohler, Adventure.
Let's hear it for Tom the Duke, Megalodon, Stars and Stripes.
Make some noise for Armando Castro, El Toro Loco.
Make some noise for Zach Garner, Wildside.
Give it up for Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger, Grandma.
Let's get loud for Ryan Anderson, the son of a digger.
This is Cole Menard, the Black Pearl.
Make some noise for Weston Anderson, Gravedigger, Red Primer.
Let's hear it for Bryce Kenny, Monster Mutt.
This is Mike Pagliarulo, Excalibur.
Give it up for Matt Cody, Gravedigger, Stars and Stripes.
Let's get loud for Camden Murphy, Classroom Crusher.
Make some noise for John Silver Jr., Terminal Velocity.
Let's hear it for Cody Saucier, Dragon. One more time and make some noise for your Monster Jam World Finals drivers!
Monster Jam fans, the time has come to honor our great nation and its heroes. On behalf of VetTix, as we celebrate our nation's independence, we ask all military veterans, U.S. military service members, and first responders to please rise as we pay tribute to our country's strengths, freedoms, resilience, and innovation. Salt Lake City, Utah. Monster Jam was built right here in the USA. We are truly fortunate to live in the greatest nation on earth. We are the United States of America! Presenting our nation's colors are the Monster Jam military veterans led by Thunder Roar's driver, Tony Oates. To honor America and perform our national anthem presented by Vetix, please welcome Arizona indie pop artist Riley Page Gilbert.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Salt Lake City, Utah, welcome to the Monster Jam World Finals!
Salt Lake City, let's do it. Up first is round one of the JCB Racing World Championship Saturday bracket. All 12 trucks in this bracket have been seeded based on Thursday night's qualifying, with the fastest 4 trucks receiving an automatic bye into round 2. First, 8 trucks will go head-to-head, with the 4 winners advancing on in round 2. Salt Lake City, who's ready for the JCB Racing World Championship?
We are going to get set here for our first head-to-head matchup in the blue lane. Please welcome John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. And his opponent racing out of the red lane. Make some noise for Cody Saucier, Dragon.
Red lane, 9 out of 11 races last night in the Friday racing bracket. Cody Saucier, 16-9 in his career against John Zimmer Jr. coming off the Arena Central Series Championship. It is round 1 and we are ready to go.
Your winner is in on Terminal Velocity.
John Zimmer Jr. getting it done out of the blue lane. Out of the blue lane, 1-0. Both went very high on the berm. The difference in the red lane, both times around, both passes. Cody Saucier overshoots that berm corner, ends up clipping that back right BKT tire on the top of that berm, and that was the difference both times right here. There's that pass from Cody Saucier, clips the back wheel, and that is all the room John Zimmer Jr. needed in Terminal Velocity to advance to the second round, where he will meet Camden Murphy in Classroom Crusher.
What a race. We're going to get the official times here in just a moment, brought to you by Monster Jam Timing System. And there it is. He clocks in a time of 28.670.
Your next pair to the line for Monster Jam Racing is going to be Gravedigger Stars and Stripes going head-to-head with Excalibur. Now, a quick note. Last night, Mike Pagliarulo, driver of Excalibur, laid it down in his freestyle run. With that being said, there was significant damage to that truck. So instead of staying up all night working on Excalibur, they decided that they would put the Excalibur body onto the chassis of Kraken. Nick Pagliarulo drives Kraken traditionally throughout first quarter, so they had that truck as a little bit of a backup. So Mike was telling me that the one perk is that both Kraken and Excalibur are built very similarly. However, no matter how similar a truck is, there's always going to be little differences. So he said his challenge is going to be that he hasn't had any seat time in Kraken this year, so that's going to be something that he's going to have to adjust to out there on the track for Monster Jam Racing.
The official bracket up on the video board. You can see we just got done with our first head-to-head matchup. Terminal Velocity John Zimmer Jr. will be taking on Classroom Crushers Camden Murphy. And of course, our next head-to-head matchup following the entire round 1 bracket is up on the video board right now. We are going to continue on with our next head-to-head matchup. It is Mike Pagliarulo, Excalibur. And in the red lane, it's Matt Cody, Gravedigger Stars and Stripes.
This is the first career meeting between Matt Cody and Mike Pagliarulo. Matt comes in with 7 racing wins on the season. Mike Pagliarulo looking for his first racing competition win. We got the purple lights, which means we have a deep stage, so both trucks will pull back and restage again. Matt Cody comes in off the Central Series 31-36. Mike Pagliarulo trying to line up the same way he lined up in qualifying. He's got to be square to that pod, to that starting lane. And now we await that second yellow light. We got it! Mike Pagliarulo in his World Finals racing debut gets the first win of his young career. The former Monster Jam Rookie of the Year. Take a look at the replay. That red lane, what a difference a night makes. So slick at the top of that berm. Drivers are going to have to start cutting that corner earlier than they are doing right now. They're going to have to take it away from those ruts, away from those dirt mounds, and stay away from that slick top. Excalibur moving on a time of 30.226.
We are going to get ready here for our third head-to-head matchup. In the blue lane, it's Weston Anderson, Gravedigger Red Primer. And his opponent racing out of the red lane, it's Cole Bernard, Black Pearl.
This is the first career meeting between Weston Anderson and Cole Bernard. Weston leads all racing competitors with 96 racing round wins in the 2025 season, including 28 racing competition wins. Unbelievable comeback there from Weston Anderson. He almost lost it in this corner. Take a look at the replay once again. The red lane, the top of that berm, unforgiving right now. Drivers making the choice to sling it in. And Weston Anderson right here clips the pod on the sidewalls, spins it out, stays patient, regains control, and takes the win.
What an insane race by these two. He will clock in a time of 35.650 for Weston Anderson, Gravedigger Red Primer. It is a battle of the ladies here for the final race of round one. In the blue lane, it's Cynthia Gauthier, Lucas Stabilizer. And in the red lane, let's make some noise for Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger Grandma.
In her career, Cynthia Gauthier 5-2 versus Kristen Anderson. Cynthia with 2 racing wins on the season. Kristen with 15. The red lane 0-3 so far to start round one. We will see if it goes 0 for 4 as Kristen Anderson going to try to conquer that high slick berm turn. Another purple light, another deep stage. We will bring them back and have them restage again. 2 of the top female superstars in the sport battling it out for the last spot in round 2 of JCB Racing. The winner meets the reigning champion, Zach Garner.
Your winner is a Lucas Stabilizer, Cynthia Gauthier, but she wads it up on the finish line. That front right BKT tire, Scott. What a finish. That is going to be a lot of work, though, for her crew back in the pits.
Here's Kristen Anderson. She does try to hit the brakes here. Again, you cannot come in too hot. If you're going to commit, you have to commit. Kristen tried to hit on the brakes, but too high up on the corner and then slides out again. You got to come out of there on that straight pathway down over that jump. So Kristen Anderson, valiant effort there trying to get that red lane done, but the blue lane K through round one, 4-0.
Insane what we're witnessing up here as we're awaiting that official time to be clocked in here by our Monster Jam timing system. but this will be a lot of work here. She has to be able to get that tire fixed there from her crew chief, Wyatt Havens, and his team back there. So they're going to be under the clock. They're going to be under some pressure here as they're going to try to get to fix that tire and get her back into the round 2.
And if she can't, Kristen Anderson would have the opportunity to take her place in round 2.
You can see the round 2 bracket. We're still waiting on the official time. We're going to wait to see if there's any penalties, if there's anything like that. So you can see where the round 2 bracket is shaking out. Terminal Velocity, John Zimmer Jr. taking on Classroom Crusher and Camden Murphy. We've got Monster Mutt's Bryce Kenny taking on Mike Pagliarulo, and Excalibur, Son of a Digger, Ryan Anderson will be taking on little brother Weston Anderson, Gravedigger Red Primer. And for the final head-to-head matchup in round 2, it'll be Zach Garner and Wildside taking on Cynthia Gauthier and Lucas Stabilizer. Again, just to reiterate what Scott said, if she's not able to make it back, it will go to Kristen Anderson and Gravedigger Grandma.
Oh, I'm loving the energy. You're going to need it to keep going because it is time for round 2 of the JCB Racing World Championship Saturday bracket. The 4 winners from round 1 will be matched up with the 4 drivers who receive the automatic bye into round 2. They will compete head-to-head with the winners advancing to the JCB Racing quarterfinals. Salt Lake City. Who's ready for some more JCB Racing?
We are going to get right into it for the first time here tonight in the blue lane. Welcome on in, Camden Murphy, Classroom Crusher. And in the red lane, advancing on into round 2, we got John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity.
Camden Murphy picking the blue lane, comes into this race 7-6 in his career at Monster Jam World Finals. First time facing off with the Arena Central Series champion John Zimmer Jr. at Terminal Velocity on the season. Camden with 3 racing competition wins. John Zimmer Jr. 20 wins on Arena Championship Series Central. We are ready to go green for round 2. So the red lane gets one back here as John Zimmer Jr. Terminal Velocity listening to good old dad. Able to take that turn nice and tight, able to come out of that red lane on both passes. Here is Camden Murphy as he slings Classroom Crusher around, clipping the pod into a bicycle. You cannot have that in a race. He was unable to recover as John Zimmer Jr. just shoots right past and kicks a win.
Your times are locked in. Terminal Velocity with a time of 27.329. And we will see who held lane choice in this next race coming up. For the first time here tonight, welcome Bryce Kenny, Monster Mutt. And in the red lane, advancing on into round 2, we got Mike Pagliarulo, Excalibur.
Bryce Kenny, even after seeing the red lane even out a little bit, still takes the blue lane here. He is 5-1 in 2025 against the young Mike Pagliarulo in Excalibur, former Monster Jam co-rookie of the year at his World Finals debut, trying to get into the quarters here, which will be the Saturday Racing Bracket semifinals. Bryce Kenny, more experience, 10 races, 4-6 in his career at the biggest event of the year, and we are ready to continue round 2. Bryce Kenny, 2 clean laps around this World Finals track from that blue lane as he takes out Excalibur for the 6th time this season. Here is the Super Glue Glue to the Action replay right in that center race lane. Perfect turn, a little bit off to the left there as he tried to correct himself, and then once again slings Monster Mud around, crosses the finish line. Bryce Kenny moving on 27.303.
Coming up next for the first time here tonight in the blue lane, it is Ryan Anderson, son of a digger. And in the red lane, his younger brother, Weston Anderson, Gravedigger, red primer.
Ryan has met his brother Weston one previous time. He took the win. A lot of history in World Finals for Ryan Anderson. 23-10 in his career. Won the racing championship back at World Finals 18. And Weston Anderson trying to get a win over his big brother to advance to the semifinals as we await the final yellow light and we get ready to go green one more time.
What did you think about that race?
Oh my God, that was unbelievable. I mean, that was literally, that could have been the final race right there. As you guys can see, Ryan Anderson clipped his turn pod right here at the very end. He stood on the throttle, as you can see. He pitched it in again right there, but it seemed like he washed out a little bit. Man, that was a gnarly race. Shout out to Weston Anderson. He's such a great driver, but hey, you know, the young brother got to take out the other brother. But what a race. Do you guys like that? Salt Lake City, make some noise!
Armando with the inside here. We're going to get that official time to get locked in for Gravedigger red primer, but he will advance on into your JCB semi-final round. We're getting a 27.354, so fastest time still belongs to Monster Mutt and Bryce Kenny.
We've got Cynthia Gauthier, driver of Lucas Stabilizer here. Cynthia, I know that you won your round one race, but because of that rule, some broken components on the truck, and you're not able to make it back. Talk to us about what you're feeling right now.
You know, I feel really disappointed. You know, for all the Monster Jam fan, I want to get that victory, especially for Lucas Oil. You know, but you know what? Those technicians work so hard right now. They're the best. I hear them like they work so fast. So you know, I want to go back for them also, but I did not do it. But now I don't know if Kristen won, but you know, that would be cool if she can make it all the way to the end. So hopefully.
We're going to continue on in the red lane. Let's hear it for Zach Garner, Wild Side. And in the blue lane, now returning back to the action in the blue lane, we've got Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger Grandma.
These two have a lot of history against each other in JCB racing. Zach Garner 23-11 in his career against Kristen Anderson. He is undefeated in his career at Monster Jam World Finals. Zach Garner improving to 6-0 on the racetrack at Monster Jam World Finals. Moving in from the red lane. That's the third win tonight so far from the red lane. 5 of the blue lane. Here is Wildside. Zach Garner, perfect corner there as he brings Wildside back up over the ramp with some big air. Final turn. Zach Garner nailed it. Zach Garner moving on 27.506.
So Red Primer will have lane choice here in your semifinal round, and it will be Monster Mutt and Bryce Kenny with lane choice there. You can see the semifinal bracket is set. Terminal Velocity going up against Monster Mutt, and Gravedigger Red Primer going up against the reigning World Finals JCB Racing Champion Wildside and Zach Garner. We are getting down to the wire here when it comes down to JCB Racing before we see who will be crowned your winner. So now we're going to take a look. We see our two drivers from yesterday's Friday night pairing, Scott. We've got Dalton Weiner, Jurassic Attack. And we got Todd LeDuc and Megalodon Stars and Stripes. Remind the fans what they're going to be seeing right now.
Yeah, Todd changing up a little bit, going back to the red lane. So right now they are going to get two opportunities here to fill these lanes out. Right now Dalton Weiner is going to test the blue lane. Todd LeDuc going to test the red lane. They are not competing against each other. They are not getting timed. They are getting race passes to feel out the lanes and try to see what has changed from last night's racing bracket.
They will also be able to switch the lanes, so we will see them racing in a little bit. Again, no times, no winners. This is strictly for them to test out the track. And they'll be seeing the other side of the race lanes in a little bit, right, Scott?
Yeah, and Todd changed up his approach. He initially said he wanted to test out the blue lane first because it was the trouble lane, but tonight the red lane, the trouble lane. So Todd LeDuc smartly going to the red lane first to see how it feels.
The idea here is not to go too hard, but be able to test the track out. You do not want to have any breakage when you're test running these lanes. We're going to continue on here in just a moment.
This is the semifinal round of the JCB Racing World Championship Saturday bracket. The four fastest trucks of the night have advanced to this round, and the winners will advance to the Saturday bracket racing final with a chance to be the Saturday bracket racing winner. Salt Lake City, make some noise if you're ready for some more JCB racing.
In the blue lane, we've got John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. And in the red lane, we've got Bryce Kenny and Monster Mutt.
And Bryce Kenny gets lane choice, smartly sending John Zimmer Jr. to the lane he was not in on round one. So trying to get unfamiliar territory here for John Zimmer Jr. as Bryce Kenny in their first career meeting. It is Bryce Kenny, it is John Zimmer Jr. for a spot in our Saturday racing bracket finals here. And we got another purple light, so deep staging. We will send them back once again. We have seen completely opposite lanes here from last night. 9-2 was a red lane. Right now, it is 5-3 in favor of the blue lane, but the red lane traction starting to pick up a little bit as that shade continues to fall here at Rice-Eccles Stadium. Monster Mutt was out in front until the third corner. Bryce Kenny took it just a little too tight and clips the pod. Take a look right here. He cannot get the front end of that truck to line up with the race lane, and that is all the room that John Zimmer Jr. needed. Terminal Velocity shooting down that jump, gets the air, and gets across the finish line with the win.
Times are locked in, 27.931 for John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. And these next pairs, we will decide lane choice here in just a moment. We're going to continue on in the blue lane. We got Zach Garner and Wildside taking on in the red lane, Weston Anderson, Gravedigger Red Primer.
These two have met 4 previous times. Zach Garner 3-1 against Weston Anderson. It's the first time they've met at Monster Jam World Finals. As Zach comes in with a 6-0 racing record in the biggest event of the year, Weston has improved to 4-3 in his World Finals racing record. A spot in the Saturday racing bracket finals against John Zimmer Jr. Zach Garner continues his undefeated run at Monster Jam World Finals against Weston Anderson. On this corner down here right behind us, Zach Garner able to turn the truck a little bit. Weston Anderson kept the truck straight in the race lane and could not take that corner. He took it way too tight. And here is the high berm. Zach Garner going low. Weston Anderson goes high. And Wildside moving on 27.733. That'll give him lane choice in the finals.
We're going to get ready for our second lap here from our two drivers from yesterday, Todd LeDuc, Megalodon Stars and Stripes, and Dalton Weiner and Jurassic Attack. They have switched lanes there as they're going to be testing out these lanes now from the opposite side that they did for the very first time. Going to take a look to see how things are going to shake down. Again, they don't want to go too fast, but they do want to test the lane. They cannot suffer any breakage as they're going to move on to that bronze medal race and, of course, that championship race brought to you by JCB. Complete their runs here as they get set for the bronze medal race and the JCB championship race. This will be their last opportunity, or was their last opportunity, to test out the red and blue lanes.
John, we got to chat about this for a second because you talk about your son in such great light, but you got two boys down there. You got Zach Garner, Wildside, John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. I know you have so much love for both of these guys.
I really do, and I know the both of them truly consider each other best friends, and they wouldn't have it any other way. Win, lose, or draw, I can tell you they're both going to be pumped. So as a father to Johnny and traveling with little Zach so much, it's awesome to see where they both are in this sport, and I love them.
This is the JCB Racing World Championship Saturday Bracket Final. We started with 12 Monster Jam superstars, and now only the fastest 2 drivers remain. The winner of this race will claim victory over the Saturday bracket and advance into the JCB Racing World Championship race. Coming up next, Salt Lake City. Are you ready to meet your Saturday Bracket Finals contenders?
In the blue lane, he's your 2025 Arena Championship Series Central Series Seasons champion from Howell, Michigan. It's John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. And in the red lane, he's your reigning 2024 JCB World Finals Racing Champion from Fortville, Indiana. This is Zach Gardner, Wild Side.
Zach Gardner getting lane choice, using the red lane. Best friends off the track, former teammates. They've met 23 times in their respective careers. John Zimmer Jr. has the advantage 12-11 over Zach Gardner. Zach Gardner continues to be unbeatable at Monster Jam World Finals. It was lane choice that got him the championship last year. And he's on his way back to another championship race as Wildside takes the red lane on a wild ride. Here is your replay. Terminal Velocity slinging into the corner, clips the pod, and Wildside already had about a half a tire win, or half a tire advantage, gets the win, 27.082, which gives Todd LeDuc lane choice in our JCB Racing Championship.
Take a look at the official bracket now for your World Finals Racing Championship. Todd LeDuc, Stars and Stripes, taking on the reigning World Finals JCB Racing Champion, Zach Gardner, and Wildside. And of course, you see that bronze medal race going to be happening against Jurassic Attack and Dalton Weiner, going up against John Zimmer Jr. and Terminal Velocity. You are in for an incredible night of racing action here in just a moment.
So right now the lane choice is very important, but it did even out a lot. We saw 4-0 for the blue lane. Since our JCB Dirt Squad patted down that lane and evened out the race lanes a little bit, the red lane has been on a tear. So it's going to end up in this Saturday bracket 6-5 in favor of the blue lane, but the red lane back to being dominant, at least for now.
But you can see there on the last turn there, they are starting to run up a little bit. I think that's something that our drivers are going to have to take into consideration as they're making that turn on the berm, as we're going to get set here in just a moment for we are going to get set for our bronze medal race here, brought to you by JCB Rice-Eccles Stadium. Are you ready to race? In the blue lane, your 2025 Arena Central Series Seasons champion from Howell, Michigan, John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. And in the red lane, he's your 2024 Rising Star Award winner and JCB Arena Racer of the Year from Knoxville, Tennessee, Dalton Weiner, Jurassic Attack.
This is the first career racing meeting between Dalton Weiner and John Zimmer Jr. for a spot on the podium. Dalton made it to the quarterfinals 1 year ago. John Zimmer in his main field debut here, trying to get it done and get back up here on the podium with his childhood best friend, Zach Gardner. And we are down to our third bronze medal race. Here we go! Dalton Wider getting on the podium for the first time in his career in his second Monster Jam World Finals main field competition. JCB Racing, Jurassic Attack getting it done in that red lane. Here is your original Super Glue. Glue to the action replay. It was even, and then right here in that corner on the red side, Jurassic Attack takes the lead by staying tight to the turning cars. John Zimmer Jr. goes high in terminal velocity, and that's all the room he needed. 27.290 gets Dalton Wider on the podium.
Standing by now with the crew chief of Wildside, we got Logan Vessels. Logan, I know how much passion you have behind the scenes. What does this moment mean to you that your guys in the finals?
You know, it really means a lot, man. Me and Zach have been through a lot this year. This is my first year on Team Overboard. I was lucky enough to be with some of the best guys in the sport. Our team in the back is top-notch. Jamie Gardner is one of the best guys I could ever work for. So it's amazing to get to come out here and watch not only my driver, but one of my best friends push the truck that I get to build every day all the way to the championship.
And you've seen, the track has changed throughout the entirety of the JCB racing competition. So how crucial is it that you're communicating with him throughout the race?
It's really important. Zach's sitting all the way back out there on the street. He can't see anything. He doesn't know anything. The only eyes and ears he has are mine. So I'm trying to pass as much information to him as possible, keep him as informed as I can on every little change to make sure he's as competitive as can be.
Well, one thing's for sure, we are in for one amazing JCB Racing Finals.
JCB Racing bracket up there on the video board as we're going to get sent here for a championship run. But talk to us a little bit about what's going on behind the scenes.
Wildside currently on a 3-minute clock, having steering issues. So in this scenario, what would happen if Wildside cannot come back? That spot in the JCB Racing Championship would go to the loser of the Saturday bracket, which would be John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity. So even though John Zimmer Jr. technically finished in 4th, he would have an opportunity to come back and win the racing championship, because those are the rules in the USHRA rulebook. The loser of the race, if a truck cannot compete, gets the automatic spot to contend for that next race.
Wow, that would be huge for World Finals history, for JCB Racing history as well. We are going to, I just got word. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes,
go
the
ahead.
3-minute clock will start when Megalodon gets to the starting line. So Todd LeDuc will be able to pick his lane. He will pull Megalodon Stars and Stripes out onto the track, pull up onto the pod, and get in that starting race lane. And then the 3-minute start for Wildside.
JCB World Finals Championship race. In the blue lane, he is your reigning 2024 JCB World Finals Racing Champion from Fortville, Indiana, Zach Garner, Wildside. And in the red lane, a two-time World Finals champion from Peoria, Arizona, it's Todd LeDuc, Megalodon Stars and Stripes.
Todd LeDuc taking the red lane. They've won 5 out of the last 6. He's 19-10 in his career, winning it all at World Finals 16. We are ready for our championship race.
Stripes.
The front steering goes out on wild side. Todd LeDuc with a storybook ending, winning the JCB Racing Championship for the second time in his legendary career. He was honored with a Lifetime Achievement Award. He adds to it your JCB Racing World Finals Champion, Todd LeDuc, Megalodon Stars and Stripes.
He is now a World Finals Racing Champion for the very last time in his illustrious career. Todd LeDuc, Megalodon Stars and Stripes, is your World Finals Racing Champion.
It's been 10 years since Todd LeDuc last won a World Finals Racing Championship. Now he adds his second. He becomes a 3-time World Finals Champion, which only trails Tom Mentz, Dennis Anderson, Adam Anderson, and Ryan Anderson for the most all-time in Monster Jam history. We will have all the coverage here of our medal presentation and our trophy presentation as well in just a few minutes here as our World Finals JCB Racing Champion makes his way up to the podium to get his trophy, get his medal, and be on his way to Monster Jam Freestyle. Don't forget, Kay, and 27.76 is for Todd LeDuc, but don't forget his night, not done yet. He still has BKT Freestyle, and we talk about a storybook ending. What a way it would go out to win 2 World Finals Racing Championships. But let's talk about the smart lane. And I said it, he made the smart choice to stick with the red lane where he was undefeated yesterday. And even though that lane started 0-4, it had won 5 out of the last 6 races in that lane. He saw that, he stuck with it, and it paid off.
Yes, and also, too, you got to think about this. Todd LeDuc, Megalodon Stars and Stripes, what a veteran of this sport. I mean, he is a racer at heart, so I really don't believe that any of those nerves really played a factor into it. He was able to keep that truck low to the ground, be able to navigate that tricky berm as well. So, you know, Todd LeDuc, Megalodon Stars and Stripes comes up on top. Right now, we're going to hear from Christina Moore, though.
Here right now with Frankie, the crew chief of Megalodon Stars and Stripes. This is an amazing victory. You know, he announced his retirement at the press conference, and man, did he go out with a bang.
Oh, yeah, he did. He had me nervous all the time, man, but I'm glad he got it. We've been dreaming about this for so long. We've been talking about all season, like, we need to get racing, and every time it just, like, it slipped away from us every single time. And we told him, like, this time we got to lock in, man. We got to, like, this is the last one. You're retiring after this, and we got to end off on a big note.
And how did you, you know, make adjustments to the truck to kind of take into account the tricky track construction?
It took all season. I mean, we always kept trying to find the right racing settings. This time we decided, all right, you know what, let's change it up completely. Different pressures, different height, all of that. We even added a couple turns into it. And when he did his qualifying and his practice, he loved them so much. He was like, this is the one. And I saw him, he was out there 3rd fastest, and then we ended up just beating everybody after that. And it was amazing. We finally found our groove.
And, you know, he had lane choice here. So what made him go with the red lane?
So right now when he did his practice ones, he's like, I'm just going to go do what we did yesterday and see how that goes. And he loved it. And he's like, you know what, just for the hell of it, we're going to try the blue lane. And he was like, no, this isn't it. So we're going to stick with what we did yesterday and keep it going.
Some great insight from now, a champion crew chief, Megalodon Stars and Stripes.
We're going to take a look at the replay. You know, Wildside battling that front steering. He lost it there in the straightaway. Talk about it.
Yeah, you saw trying to go right into that first berm corner. Didn't even make it there. The truck started veering off to the right. Todd LeDuc knew he had the race won. As soon as he comes around this corner, you can see Wildside spun out in that blue lane. All Todd LeDuc knew had to finish the race. He made a clean pass. Still got a good time, but it's up break for Zach Gardner. They were battling now. We talked about that 3-minute clock. Right, Zach Gardner made the decision to go for it anyway, and unfortunately the truck just gave out on him.
I mean, you pour your heart out there for Zach Gardner and Wildside and for that team as well. I mean, it would have been great to see 2-time World Finals champion.
Here's my opinion on it, okay? You take risks. Again, I said this before, you cannot be a world champion without taking risks. He knew that. So what are your options here? To just give up and let somebody else take that spot, or give it a go, see what happens. Zach Gardner's still going to come up on the podium.
Absolutely.
Same path Tristan England. Tristan England won 2 years ago, then finished second last year. So Zach Gardner takes that same pathway, and we'll see what happens.
But of course, none the deserving more is Todd LeDuc and Megalodon Stars. Stars and Stripes, your JCB World Finals Racing Champion here in the 2025 season.
Presenting your bronze medalist, Don't Winder, Jurassic Attack. Let's hear it for your silver medalist, Zach Gardner, Wildside. Presenting your JCB Racing World Champion, Todd LeDuc, Megalodon Stars and Stripes. Todd, a huge congratulations to you. Come on down. Todd, you announced earlier this week that this would be your final World Finals. With this being 10 years since your last World Racing Championship, talk to us about how you fought to the finish for this victory, and what a way to close out your career.
I felt confident. I'm not going to lie, man. I've never gone into a World Final since a while, you know, where I felt confident in this truck, and it was unbelievable. My hat's off to Frankie, man. Now he's a one-time world champion mechanic, man. Unbelievable. So just, if you have a dream, don't ever give up on it. And it's just bittersweet, man, to announce the retirement from the sport and full-time and to win. To end it with a world championship, it's just like a total mic drop. I'm just so proud of myself. Old guys can still win. And no, I wish the race would have been a little bit better at the end right there, but you know, I just slowed down, was smart, and it's just one of those moments that I'll never forget. This seems like a dream. Just all the media, the fans, the millions of fans that are at home watching. We did it. Team Megalodon, we got the World Championship.
Let's give it up for your JCB World Champion, Todd LeDuc, Megalodon Stars and Stripes.
What an exciting night of action. We're going to continue on that action with the Lucas Oil High Jump coming up here in just a moment. They've already prepped it looks like. Talk to us a little bit about the track and what we just saw our JCB Dirt Squad bring out.
So they brought out those kick blocks right there, which means basically with the high jump, we've seen it in years past. They come off the ramp, and every driver is different with what they want to do. Obviously, you're going to get a driver who's going to pull their truck up to the ramp to take a little bit of a kind of a pre-run, I guess. It's almost like a sneak peek just to try to gauge the angle they have. They're going to be on communication, on comms with their crew chief. It's all about angle and speed, acceleration, but then again, it's also brakes. So this is not just about how fast you can drive your truck off the ramp. Of course, that's going to help a lot, but it's a lot of skill that's involved in the high jump, and we've seen that in years past because it's going to be a technical driver that wins this competition.
Do you think that they've been asking Tristan England, driver of JCB Digatron, just how that ski jump was? I mean, he did do that stunt.
Yeah, I'm sure that went into it, but these drivers have been preparing for this competition for about a month since we announced it on the selection show, so they know what they're doing. We see some of the highest flyers in Monster Jam out here. Every single driver that is on this track right now has at least at some point in time either been a Wow Factor winner, an Extreme Air Award winner, a Stadium Freestyle Award winner, so they know what they're doing, but it really is just going to be how they hit the ramp, how fast they hit the ramp, and when they tap those brakes.
So we brought out the competitors here for the Lucas Oil High Jump competition. They are going to have a chance to, of course, watch some of these drivers as well.
And don't forget, Zach Gardner is in this competition and dealing with the front steer issues.
Here comes Barry Masauer, launches Zombie.
Thunderora's coming to the ramp. Coach Stevens goes up, and Coach Stevens goes down. That was a good one. Got the back end of that truck up real high. I want to see where he got. Fire hits the ramp straight up. Vertical sky wheelie.
It's time for the Lucas Oil High Jump World Championship. Each competitor will have one attempt at their highest jump. A captor will capture the official height of each jump using the top of the truck's rear tire as a reference point. The rules are simple, Salt Lake City. The highest jump wins. So who's ready for the Lucas Oil High Jump World Championship?
We are going to kick things off here with our first competitor, Bari Musauer Zombie.
Bari Musauer Zombie kicking off the competition. No stranger to this competition is Bari Musauer. It is his third high jump appearance as the Zombie arms are going crazy here in Salt Lake City. Well, think of it as almost like an Olympic relay. Those blocks in the back, that's where the tires can start. And then he goes up to the ramp. You got the white marks right there. That's where you want to hit it. And he hit it dead center as we await the length of the jump for Bari Musauer, our first competitor here in the Lucas Oil High Jump.
So we await that official height. Remember, it is from the top of the highest point of the track to the lowest point of the tire. Let's take a look. 16.976. Coming up next, our second competitor, Ryan Anderson, son of a digger.
That is the technique that has won him two of these back in 2022 and 2023. He's your only two-time Lucas Oil High Jump champion. Also Wow Factor Award winner in his high jump appearance. It is the timing of the checkup. It almost is like Son of a Digger floating in the air, gets the end over end jump. Take a look at it right here. Son of a Digger comes in, goes a little off to the right, and then right here gets the front end down, lifting the back two wheels. And that's what you want to win this competition. Ryan Anderson going for his third high jump championship.
So that's 16.976 feet. That is the height to beat there right now from Zombie. And you can see, wow, 241 feet.
We're going to call it 23.242, okay?
242. Our next driver up, Jim Kohler, Avenger. Let's get loud for Jim Kohler, Avenger.
Jim Kohler, Avenger, in his fourth high jump appearance, the 7-time Extreme Air Award winner, never one to back away from a ramp. Loves the APAC, loves the Morgan backflip, and of course the sky wheelies all season long. Here's Avenger coming in dead center on the ramp, on those white walls on the ramp. Gets Avenger up, clips the pod, is able to maintain control. But a great jump from Mr. Excitement, Mr. Extreme Air, Jim Kohler, Avenger.
That 23.242 is the height to beat. And we're going to see that height is 10.0899. Coming up next, we got Kayla Blood, Sparkle Smash.
Well, you get bonus points for the landing. You don't get a bonus height for the landing, but what a way to finish that for Kayla Blood. Sparkle Smash. As soon as she pulled the truck out onto the track, the fans here went absolutely crazy for Kayla Blood and everyone's fearless unicorn Sparkle Smash as Kayla Blood going for the vertical sky wheelie straight up at a 90-degree angle for the truck. So let's take a look here at the replay. But again, it's the lowest point of the lowest rear tire is what we are measuring this competition at. Ryan Anderson with the lead, 23.242, as we await the height for Kayla Blood and Sparkle Smash.
That height is coming up. Take a look at the video board, 16.7899. All right, so, I mean, is it any surprise to you, Son of a Digger and Ryan Anderson is on top of that leaderboard, 23.242. And then right behind him is Barmy Sauer Zombie with that 16.976. Sparkle Smash 16.7899. And of course, Jim Kohler and Avenger with a 10.0899. Now we're going to throw it down to Casey G, who's standing by in the back.
Coming up next in the high jump championship, it is Camden Murphy in Classroom Crusher. Now down on the track, they're doing some shock adjustments to Classroom Crusher, so I wanted to show you what they're working on. This right here is a shock on the Monster Jam truck, and each shock is composed of 2 different vessels. On one side you have nitrogen, on the other side you have oil. Well, the nitrogen and the oil can actually move, and up here at the top there's a little dial. If you turn the dial, then it will restrict the flow of the nitrogen and the oil, and it will make for a firmer shock setup. And in a competition like high jump, where these trucks are getting dozens of feet off of the floor, you want a firmer shock setup to absorb the shock when the truck lands. So that's what they're working on out there on Classroom Crusher.
Casey, thank you so much for that behind-the-scenes look as we're going to get set to see Camden Murphy, Classroom Crusher.
The school bus is flying here in Salt Lake City. What a great move by his crew, his technicians, to adjust those shocks. I'd say it worked brilliantly as Camden Murphy launched Classroom Crusher off that high jump ramp. It looked like it was about as tall as Ryan Anderson, but again, his 23.242 is that height to beat. So Camden Murphy making those adjustments, getting the truck dialed in, and launching Classroom Crusher. What a run for Camden Murphy. Is it a championship-worthy run? We are about to find out.
All right, the height to beat, 23.242. Your height for Classroom Crusher is 16.914.
We're going to take a look at the replay. Classroom Crusher comes in right up off that white ramp. Now here is the issue. He doesn't get the truck turned down enough, does not get the nose turned down early enough to get those back two BKT tires up in that elevated position. That's the only difference. He had that truck soaring, but the back two BKTs not turned up in time.
You can see where we see it right now on the Lucas Oil High Jump Championship leaderboard. Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger is your leader with a height of 23.242. This is Bryce Kenny, Monster Mutt.
Bryce Kenny making his third Lucas Oil High Jump appearance. Of course, he's the 2024 Lucas Oil Extreme Air Award winner 2 years in a row. He has launched his truck clear into the stratosphere at Atlanta Motor Speedway, going viral both times. Did he get the nose of the dog down enough to lift the back end of that truck? It looked like more of a vertical sky wheelie to me, but we will await the height, and then we will go to the replay.
All right, the 23.242 is the height to beat, and your height for Monster Mutt is, wow, a 20.0778. That is good enough to put him now in the second spot.
There's your top three: Ryan Anderson, Bryce Kitty, and
coming up, we got Colt Stevens, Thunderoris. Let's hear it for Colt Stevens, Thunderoris.
Colt Stevens did not get the jump that he was hoping for there. We're going to take a look at the replay here in just a second, but your reigning and defending Lucas Oil high jump champion, making his third high jump appearance. And Colt Stevens not able to get that shifter going to get the jump. Here it is right here. So he does get the nose down, but just does not get the elevation. So he did not get that 1-2 punch to shift it to get the acceleration off the ramp. And that's the difference for Colt Stevens and Thunderoris on the original Superglue glued to the action replay.
Well, a 7.7946 there for Colt Stevens and Thunderoris, last year's Lucas Oil high jump champion. We're going to go to there is the Lucas Oil high jump leaderboard, but we are on the 60-second clock. You can get a picture right now of Wildside and what's going on right now.
He's getting a new steering pump over there, and I think Casey G is in the back right now. Casey has a better angle of this than we do.
So right now I'm getting word that if he can't come back, that it would be Jamie Gardner and El Toro Loco, his father, who would actually be taking his place, but he is on that clock. We are now down to almost 30 seconds. We're hitting that 30 seconds right now.
The Wildside crew in the back knows that that clock is up and it is running. As you can see on the ground there, that's the old power steering pump. The new one is already in the truck. They're just finishing some things up, and they are fighting the clock, doing everything that they can to get Zach Gardner and Wildside back in the competition. He had front steer problems in Monster Jam Racing, and he doesn't want that to affect his chances of coming back into the competition.
A tough break for Zach Gardner, Kay, as we hear it firing up.
It fired, so we're waiting for the official word if he's going to be able to participate. He did fire. He fired at the end. I'm waiting to see if he is going to be able to go. They are sending him in. He will be able to compete in your Lucas Oil high jump. Down to the very second, Scott, for Wildside, but he's all the way in the very back, so we're going to see him coming in. I don't know if he's testing right now or what. We're seeing a little bit of drama back there.
He is now, the steering is still broken, so we're getting that update right now. So a steering pump now costing Zach Gardner not one, but two opportunities at a World Finals Championship. As you mentioned, the alternate for this competition is his dad, Jamie Gardner, El Toro Loco driver, who is another driver that we have seen absolutely send his truck on any given night. So it's got to be tough because Jamie is a team owner and also dad. But listen, if you're going to if you can't have one Gardner in the competition, you might as well keep it in the family and have another Gardner.
I was just going to say that redemption will probably be made up by his father. I mean, if you know anything about Jamie Gardner, driver of El Toro Loco, he is down for his family. I know he's going to want redemption. And there he is out on the floor, Jamie Gardner, El Toro Loco.
One thing we learned in Monster Jam is you always have to be ready. Drivers always in their trucks being ready for the call. Here comes Jamie Garner. Immediately sends El Toro Loco, hits the brake check right here at about a 30-degree angle, gets the truck down on all four just to the right of the landing strip on that pod. And here he comes again. Vertical slap wheelie, does get a little flow, tries to get the nose down, and does get a slap wheelie combo on the end.
All right, we are going to crown a Lucas Oil High Jump World Champion. The height to be 23.242. Your height for El Toro Loco is 17.9686, which means your Lucas Oil High Jump World Finals champion, Ryan Anderson, son of a digger!
Ryan Anderson wins the competition for the third time, but Jamie Garner is on the podium. So Jamie Garner comes in, he will take the bronze medal. And Barry Musauer gets the silver medal, the third World Finals High Jump Championship in his career. Now he ties his brother Adam for 5 World Championships, second all time.
I mean, and kudos to El Toro Loco and Jamie Garner. He gets the podium. He gets a little redemption for his son, Zach Garner, and Wildside. So congratulations to him as well.
And this will be the first podium for Jamie Garner in his career. He will join Barry Musauer and Ryan Anderson as our 3 podium drivers here taking the bronze medal. Ryan Anderson comes in again. He didn't win it last year. Colt Stevens swooped in and took it away from him, but he gets some redemption, comes right back for the third time in 4 years. Ryan Anderson is your Lucas Oil World Finals High Jump champion, and what a run he is going in.
We're continue on looking at that replay brought to you by the original Super Glue, glued to the action replay, as we're going to get set here for our podium presentation. But Lucas Oil High Jump World Finals champion, son of a digger, Ryan Anderson, does it once again. You got to really have all the guts. You got to have a little crazy, and you got to know what you're doing to make sure that you plateau that truck out. And he has just been phenomenal throughout these years of being able to perfect that with his Monster Jam truck.
Yeah, and his record so far when he won a couple years ago, 28.616. So he does get close to that with a 23.242 since we changed the scoring system, the height system here as we record the times and the scores and the heights in our World Finals Championships. Dennis Anderson over here congratulating his son. We're not done yet. We still have BKT Freestyle coming your way after halftime. But first we have our medal presentation. We're awaiting the arrival of Jamie Garner up here. He just parked his truck. He's heading on up to the podium, and we will have our medal presentation for the second time tonight in just a few minutes.
All right, we're going to talk to Christina, who's standing by with Chris and Anderson, driver of Gravedigger Grandma.
And Anderson, who knows a thing or two about the high jump competition. First and foremost, congratulations once again to you and your family. How does this moment feel? And did your brother do a good job? I mean, he got a medal.
Yeah, I mean, we're super proud of Ryan. He's out here representing the Andersons right now, representing Team Digger. So it's really awesome to see one of my brothers up on the podium. Weston last night, now Ryan's got the gold. We're leaving with World Finals Championships already, and the event isn't even over.
Well, coming up next, we know, is Monster Jam Freestyle. Of course, your father, Dennis Anderson, created a Monster Jam Freestyle. This has been an epic night of a Monster Jam so far. How are we going to continue to top it?
I mean, we can only go up from here, Christina. The energy so far in this stadium, I mean, everybody has been so amazing. It's so awesome to see all these people out here. And I know that all of those competitors, they really got amped up last night watching us freestyle. They got to learn a couple of things. So I'm sure we're going to see some really, really interesting, some really exciting freestyle. I'm really excited to see my brother Adam Anderson freestyle. It's going to be awesome. Are y'all ready, Salt Lake City? Y'all ready to get bad to the bone?
Son of a digger taking that top spot for the third time in his career. Bryce Kenny going to get on the podium there. So Bryce Kenny officially gets that second spot in Monster Mud. And then Jamie Garner, El Toro Loco, as we look back at the score, 17.969 gets Jamie Garner the bronze medal, 20.078 gets Bryce Kenny the silver medal, and 23.242 gets Ryan Anderson the gold medal. Finishing out your top 5, Barry Musauer 16.976, and the Camden Murphy Classroom Crusher 16.914. So a great Lucas Oil high jump competition, the 5th in history at World Finals. We started this thing in Orlando, kept it going through Nashville, SoFi Stadium, and now bringing it to Salt Lake City, Utah.
When I saw the very first Lucas Oil high jump, I said, wow, you're going to have a little crazy to get doing this, but I mean, it's been really exciting to see these viral moments play out through the rest of these years on how big this air can really be, especially with some of the different series as well.
Yeah, and don't forget, let's talk about Zach Gardner for a second, because racing ended up in that silver spot with the rear steer issue, or the front steer issue, and then missing the high jump, but he still has a lead in BKT freestyle, so it could still be a good night for Zach Gardner Wildside.
You kind of almost have to wonder if he had all 4 tires working, what kind of freestyle would he have laid down even last night as well?
And would he have won the racing championship?
Right,
we really don't know what would have happened. Could he have come in and won the high jump? He could have potentially won 3 World Finals championships, but it happens the way it happens, and right now Ryan Anderson is awaiting his gold medal in his World Finals championship. We do have all 3, so we're going to send it over to the podium for our medal presentation and crowning of our high jump champion.
Claiming your bronze medal, it is Jamie Garner, El Toro Loco. Presenting your silver medalist, Bryce Kenny, Monster Mud. And presenting your Lucas Oil High Jump World Champion, Ryan Anderson, son of a digger. Ryan, congratulations. You are now a 3-time Lucas Oil High Jump World Champion. What is it about you and son of a digger that knows how to get that serious elevation?
Man, I got to give it to my crew chief, Bryce Langlois, back there. He's still working on the truck right now. He gave me the tune-up I needed. He got everything dialed in just right. But I got my beautiful wife, Chelsea, my brand new son, Halen, and my son, Race, is watching from home on YouTube. They are the ones that drive me to go crazy. You fans drive me. You fans have supported us, Team Digger, for over 40 years. My crazy old dad, Dennis Anderson, he started all this. He's the reason why I'm here, and you are the reason why he did what he did. So hats off to all you fans. You guys come out here, you spend your hard-earned money to watch us do what we do. You support us. You make it possible. So it's all for you guys, man. I love my family. I love my crew. You fans, man, you guys have been there for us. You've rocked it forever. Salt Lake City, and we're not even done yet, baby. We still got more freestyle to come. Salt Lake, who's having a good time at Monster Jam World Finals?
Unbelievable. And he's gonna land it. Cowabunga, baby! Holy moly, daddy from the Duke leap off the container. Oh my goodness gracious. No way!
All right, before we start freestyle. I need you louder than that. Let them drivers hear you!
BKT Freestyle Championship. He lines up for the board. Lands it! 30 seconds left!
Dalton Widener, Jurassic Attack. Head on over to JudgesZone.com for the first time tonight, locking those scores. Once again, JudgesZone.com.
Dalton Widener, Jurassic Attack, kicking off our BKT freestyle competition. Here the second night of Monster Jam World Finals. Gets a backflip in. Looks like he may have had some issues with a planetary in the back. Going to take a look at the replay. But Dalton Widener, what a great run to start night 2 of our freestyle competition. Giving you all the elements you need. Filling the clock, the most important thing that Dalton Widener did here.
Your scores are locked in. Your score for Jurassic Attack is 6.343. That will put him in the 11th spot.
One thing Dennis Anderson told me earlier, Kay, is that he was looking specifically for a driver to fill the clock. Dalton Widener did that as we check out the replay. Coming right down the ramp on the backside of that ski jump. Dalton Widener starting to pick up momentum right here. Nice jump, gets the nose down safely on the landing, gets a good bounce. And then right here, the Morgan & Morgan backflip, center of the container. Lands it on the back, and that'll do it for Dalton Widener.
Our next driver up, Armando Castro, El Toro Loco. Down to 60 seconds there for El Toro Loco. Lines up for the Morgan & Morgan backflip. Lands it back into a moonwalk. Continues on his run. 23 seconds left with the big air. Tumbles over, spins, tries to save it.
El Toro Loco! Locking those scores, judgeszone.com. You know what to do.
Armando Castro, Toro Loco, the big air and over and floats it right here onto the pod, transfers from one pod to another, and then right here comes off the angle, gets the Morgan & Morgan backflip, brake check into a moonwalk, timed it perfectly. And here's where the troubles began on the save attempt. Clips the back two wheels. They go up, and then he somersaults his way over to the other container. Tries to save it. Ends up on the hood. Great run for Armando Castro, El Toro Loco, in his second main field appearance at Monster Jam World Finals.
We're gonna throw it to Christina Moore, who's standing by with with Team El Toro Loco, Daniel Lopez, and MJ Solorio.
That's right, Kay. We got the whole party in the house right now. We gotta talk. How amazing has this weekend been for all of El Toro Loco?
You know, man, it's been awesome because MJ and Fernando are representing different bodies of the Toro, and they had a good blast out there at the LCQ. He had a blasted two-wheel as well, and man, it wasn't our night last night with two-wheel, but we came out in freestyle. We had one thing in mind, and that was to just send that truck, and that's exactly what we did. We flipped it. It doesn't matter. I'm going to fix it, and the next time it comes back, you'll be ready to do it again.
Well, it's been absolutely incredible. And MJ, I know you had an amazing weekend. You weren't even supposed to be in the main field. You went on to get onto the podium in the Utah Sports Commission Two-Wheel Skills Challenge.
Yeah, I was kind of thrown to the wolves there. I had no idea I was competing in the two-wheel skills competition yesterday, and we went out, we podiumed, we got third place, representing Team El Toro Loco, representando a todos ustedes, a todos esos latinos que tienen un sueño. Ustedes, eso es porque nosotros estamos haciendo. Es para todos ustedes. Armando, buddy, you kick butt, dude. You burned that truck to the ground just like El Toro Loco is meant to do. You lived up to the name that's on the side of that truck. We're proud of you, buddy.
Take a look at where we stand in the BKT Freestyle Championship leaderboard. Zach Garner is the score to be 8.713. And of course, Gravedigger Red Primer is Weston Anderson, currently sitting in second. Excalibur, Lucas Stabilizer, Monster Mutt, Terminal Velocity, Black Pearl, and Classroom Crusher. They round out the top 8 here. Weston Anderson, though, is second right now from Wildside. And you can see the rest of the field of competitors here, 9th through 14th on the BKT Freestyle leaderboard. We're going to continue on here with our BKT Freestyle as we're going to continue on here with our next driver up, Todd LeDuc, Megalodon, Stars and Stripes. The last opportunity, you're going to see the veteran driver Todd LeDuc, Megalodon, Stars and Stripes here as he is retiring after this World Finals. So take out those cameras, those phones, videos, pictures, as we see the last run from Todd LeDuc, Megalodon, Stars and Stripes. the big air. The clock is paused right now for Todd LeDuc. And Megalodon Stars and Stripes, 38 seconds left right now. He continues on his run. Bicycles it up into a save. 28 seconds left.
Megalodon Stars and Stripes. Scoring is now open. Head on over to judgeszone.com.
The final ride here for Todd LeDuc, Megalodon Stars and Stripes, now a 3-time Monster Jam World Finals champion, as he gives the fans here in Salt Lake City one final LeDuc leap. Massive air, biggest air of the night so far in freestyle. And as we see the smoke heating up at the back of Megalodon Stars and Stripes for Todd LeDuc.
We are remembering that score to be Wildside 8.713. Take a look at the replay right now.
Here's the LeDuc leap, comes off the ramp. Great on the landing. Looked like he was trying to hit over to the Morgan backflip ramp. Just ends up a little far to the left. On the sidewall, the bicycle, another bicycle save. Todd able to keep his balance twice. And right here, getting the momentum, getting the speed. Brake check, leap. Right transferring on the pod body, shreds off. And Todd LeDuc continues on with another amazing freestyle run.
Great freestyle run there as well. Let's take a look now at the scoring. Scores aren't locked in. Your score for Megalodon Stars and Stripes is 6.558. Good enough for the 12th spot. You know, you heard the boos right now, Scott. You heard the boos. They're not liking what they saw or with the scoring. The 6.558 put them in 12th.
I think they're booing the expert judging panel over there. There was a extreme difference. They gave Todd an 8.5, and the expert judges about 2 points less. But again, he had the LeDuc leap, but there was no backflip in there for Megalodon. No, other than the leap and the body shredding off. I think Todd was heading to the backflip ramp. Just the smoke coming out of the truck stunted his run a little short of the backflip and couldn't hit it.
So on deck, we still have Avenger, Sparkle Smash, Thunder Roar, Scooby-Doo, Dalmatian, Gravedigger, JCB, Digatron, Zombie, and Gravedigger the Legend. So a lot more freestyle left to consider here as we continue on. So we're going to get ready here in just a little bit to continue on our BKT freestyle. And remember that Wildside is the 8.713. That is the score to beat. And that he does not get to come back or do anything else. That is the score to beat. So we're looking for what they're going to do here tonight on that Saturday grouping.
Yeah, 9 competitors stand between Zach Gardner and his second World Finals Freestyle Championship. If he does win it, he would join a very short list of drivers to win both a JCB Racing and a BKT Freestyle Championship. Names like Caleb Blood, Colt Stevens, Brianna Mahan, Blake Granger, Adam Anderson, Barney Musauer, Tristan England, and Tyler Menega stand in the way.
All right, I'm hanging in the stands with Caden. Caden's going to help us introduce our next Monster Jam driver. Take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, the two-time World Finals Freestyle Champion, Mr. Simon Jim Gore Avenger!
and cannot save it.
So Jim Kohler does not get a point. Scoring is open right now. Go ahead and scan the QR code or head to judgeszone.com. So 1 minute needs to come off that clock before you can get a full score. So whatever Jim Kohler does get an Avenger, we'll take a point off of that. Those are the rules. But Jim Kohler started his run with a calculated jump. So he knew that first ramp he was going to hit. He hit it strong, and then just going across the side of the track, going from east to west, just can't quite make that save yet. There's so many landmines out there right now. Okay, here's the replay. Take a look here. He's up on the center pod. Then he comes over the blue ramp right here into flipping up the back two wheels. Tries to go for a stop. He sets it down. Comes up over the car stack. Big time air from Mr. Extreme Air, and then just lands the jump short. Ends up about halfway through of the Avenger chassis, and that's going to be the difference. Just goes up on the nose and hits another landmine, and then ends up right on the hood. So Avenger 4.488 with that 1 point deduction.
All right, getting back to the action. I'm with my friend Mia right here. Mia, how you doing?
Good.
Good. Well, we're going to play a game real quick. It is our racing challenge. You said that you have a Monster Jam truck that you really like. I think you said Sparkle Smash, right?
Yeah.
Well, in this race, one of the drivers is Sparkle Smash. So I think that's who you're going to go with, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, well, let's go take a look at the video board. Here's the thing. We have 3 drivers. She goes with Sparkle Smash. So will it be Zombie, JCB Dickatron, or Sparkle Smash? Let's find out. And we have a very special prize for this right here. On your mark, get set, let's go. And they are off. JCB Dickatron with the early lead. Once again, Zombie comes in second. Uh-oh. Mia, Sparkle Smash is in third. Are you nervous right now?
Yeah.
You are nervous? Oh, no. Okay, I am too. But you know what? Let's see what happens here. She's watching. Uh-oh, Sparkle Smash. Did they pull ahead? They pulled ahead. Who will it be? Sparkle Smash gets a win coming from behind. Mia, I have this Megalodon Loop of Doom playset, but also our friends at Zinnies wanted to hook up all of our Monster Jam fans in this section right here. So we have these limited edition Monster Jam sunglasses we're about to hand out to this row, and you just won that for all of them. So this row, make some noise. We're handing them out. Give it up for Mia, and thanks to our friends at Zinnies. Good job, Mia.
Congratulations to Mia, and we're going to continue on our BKT freestyle run with our next driver up, Colt Stevens, Thunderoris. Your freestyle winner in 2022. We'll see what he can come up with here tonight. A championship on the line. Goes and lines up for the Morgan backflip. Lands it! 36 seconds on the clock for Colt Stevens. Thunderoris. Down to the 30 seconds.
Scoring is now open. Lock it in for Colt Stevens, Thunder Roars. JudgesZone.com to get in those scores.
Colt Stevens and Thunder Roars, absolute carnage with 4 seconds left on the clock. Here's the replay board. It is up, the jump here. The two-time World Finals champion, looking for number 3. Little wobbly on the landing, able to center. Some big air building up here for Colt. That's the gap that got Jim Kohler. Colt Stevens navigates that successfully. Gets the Morgan to Morgan backflip here. Able to land it on all 4 BKTs, and then here he comes down the berm all the way across the track into the corners, rips out the front housing. Colt Stevens looking for World Championship number 3.
And you know him better probably than anybody right now. I mean, you were in the booth with him. And Colt Stevens, Thunder Roars, this was his dream to get back inside of a Monster Jam truck, living his dream right now. I mean, that truck is wadded up, but you know he had fun.
Absolutely. He went cowabunga mode right there for Colt Stevens. The man knows everything about every jump. He knows every face of every ramp on this track. He knew what he was doing when he came out. He knew where he was going on that last jump, and that's exactly what Colt Stevens wanted.
Scores are locked in. Your score for Thunder Roars is 7.972. Good enough to put him in the 6th spot there for your 2023 World Finals champion in BKT Freestyle.
It has been all hands on deck for Team Sparkle Smash back here in the pit area. Sparkle Smash is in the tunnel, but we want to talk what broke on that truck, instead using this one right behind me. So during the Lucas Oil high jump, Sparkle Smash got some really big air, but landed hard on the backside of the truck. So she ended up having some chassis damage. So the rear side of the chassis is basically the structural element that everything else is built upon. It's like the foundation, it's the skeleton of the truck. And the thing about metal is, once it's bent, the integrity is lost. So you can't just bend it back into place because metal has a memory. Instead, you have to grind the parts off that are broken and re-weld on new parts of the chassis. So that's what they did on Sparkle Smash. It was all hands on deck back here, because when it comes to repairing the chassis of the truck, typically that's a lengthy process, but luckily the back end of the chassis didn't have a ton of damage, so they were able to fix Sparkle Smash and get her into the tunnel, set and ready for Monster Jam Freestyle.
Casey, thank you so much for that update as we're going to continue on with our BKT Freestyle Championship run. Of course, on deck, Scooby-Doo, Monster My Dalmatian, Gravedigger, The Legend, Sparkle Smash Zombie, JCB Diggatron, and Gravedigger yet to freestyle as we're continuing on with our BKT Freestyle Championship.
Count to 3, and I want your section to make noise. 1, 2, 3, scream!
He is our next competitor coming up, Caleb Blood, Sparkle Smash!
Sparkle Smash. Head on over to JudgesZone.com, lock in those scores.
Caleb Blood in Sparkle Smash, giving you a run here. Take a look at the original Super Glue Glue to the Action replay. right off the bat, comes on the back side of the ski jump, clips it, a little bit of a save attempt there. She's able to stay on all four BKTs, keeps her momentum, and then right here levels it out a little bit all the way across the track, going bypassing the 8-pack. Here is the big air from Sparkle Smash, just ends up clipping the paw with the back rear left, ends up on the side, not enough room to save it, and that is going to do it for Kayla Blood in Sparkle Smash.
We're going to go to that scores here in just a little bit. The score to be 8.713. Kayla Blood has zero fear. And you can see that in her BKT freestyle run as well. Scores are locked in. And your score for Sparkle Smash there is a 5.221, which puts her in the 17th spot.
So here with Zach Garner right now. Zach, you are still currently leading freestyle after last night's amazing performance. You ended it on 3 wheels. You got to be feeling pretty good right now.
You know what? We are feeling pretty good. This track is absolutely eating trucks alive out there. It was pretty rough on us last night, but you know what? We kind of came out on top. We had some fun. We could have drove the truck off on 3 wheels, but you know what? It's probably better we didn't. But either way, y'all fans are getting an amazing event out here. You know what? These guys and gals out here are absolutely driving the wheels off these things, but are you guys having fun or what, Salt Lake?
And Zach, you've certainly left your mark on World Finals so far. Listen, last year with the JCB Racing win, you've placed so far. I mean, this just is an incredible story for you.
You know, being able to come back out here for the 2nd year in a row, go right back to the final round feels absolutely amazing. You know what? It kind of means it wasn't a fluke in my mind that last year we won. If the steer stands wouldn't have fell off the motor and the steering pump would have fell off, I think we had a good chance. At least I made it a good race against Todd. I didn't want to lose that way, but either way, we finished 2nd. We made our mark, and we're ready to come back again next year.
And I can't let you go without talking a little bit about the bromance between you and John Zimmer Jr., because I know it was incredible for the two of you to kind of go head-to-head right there.
You know what? Me and him traveled up and down the road for 5 or 6 years together. Same semi, same everything. We traveled every single week, every weekend, working on each other's trucks. So being able to line up to him in the final round of Saturday evening's event is absolutely amazing. It was a dream come true for both of us. If I didn't win, I wanted him to go all the way and win it. But either way, we both went out there. We gave it our all. We probably had the fastest pass of the event, which happens every single time we line up. But either way, you guys are getting your money's worth and having a good time, and that's all that matters to us drivers.
Well, as I said, we've been seeing fans come from all over the world to be here. But I found my friend right here, Matt. He's right here from Utah. So, what's about to happen is we have a game called Finish the Lyric. We're going to play a song, and if you can finish the lyric, we're winning a prize for Canyon and Canyon. So, you got it?
Yes, sir.
Let's play that song.
Oh, am I supposed to sing?
You got to sing this.
See the guy? You always have to.
You got it. I'll tell you when. Go!
Let it go! Let it go! I can't take it anymore! Let it go!
Congratulations! Give it up for Matt, winning the PS5 Monster Jam Show for his kids right here from Utah. Let's get back to the action. Good job, Matt. Finish the lyric.
We are going to keep things rocking and rolling. Brianna Mahan, Scooby-Doo.
JudgesZone.com is now open. Lock in those scores.
15 freestyle wins on the season for the Princess of Carnage, Brianna Mahan, with perhaps the save of the night so far in Scooby-Doo, as she tries to take the lead away from Zach Garner. That's everything you want in a freestyle run. She filled the clock, gave you a great save, big air jump after big air jump, using all the obstacles on the track. Brianna Mahan getting it done with wow moments for you here in Salt Lake City.
So we're going to wait for those scores to get locked in. Now, just keep in mind, she did not backflip. We did not see a backflip attempt from Brianna Mahan and Scooby-Doo, so we'll see how that will affect her score, especially from the expert judges, Scott. But there she is, Brianna Mahan, Scooby-Doo, and your scores are locked. Your score for Brianna Mahan and Scooby-Doo is 7.496. Good enough for the 9th spot.
Look at the fans scoring 8.834 and 7.050 from the expert judging panel.
75% though goes to that expert judging panel though, and only 25% belongs to the fans. So
well, there's the replay here, Brianna Mahan. I think she was going for the backflip, Kay. That's when the save took place, right here over the car stack. Starts going diagonally, zigzagging her way across the pod. You got that center freestyle pod that causes all kinds of havoc and chaos. Then all the way down north to south, all over the track. Right here goes on the side. She was heading for the backflip ramp, ends up nearly on the sidewalls, and then gains control, makes the save, having to turn the truck over by the car stack, and then one jump here comes up a little short, sky wheelie for Scooby-Doo, and then right on the cartwheel save into a bicycle for Brianna Mahan. Run comes to an end, 2 minutes off the clock for Scooby-Doo.
She's trying to refire right now here for Brianna Mahan and Scooby-Doo, but gets herself a nice score, 7.496. But Zach Garner and Wildside still holding strong as our next driver comes out on the track, Blake Granger, Monster Dalmatian. We got 60 seconds left. The big leap. Into the Morgan & Morgan backflip. Lands it for the people. Combination Bose wheelie. Reverse popper. Shreds half the body into another backflip. Hard landing.
Blake Granger, Monster Dalmatian. Lock of the scores, judgeszone.com.
Blake Granger has everybody on their feet right now. We'll find out if he's got the expert judges on their feet as well. What a run. Giving you a backflip, giving you huge air, made a risk, took a risk, going big before the 60-second clock. Flexing muscles down there, well deserved for Blake Granger, coming off the Arena East and International Series championship, trying to add to a World Finals championship to his pedigree and his trophy case. But an incredible run, just 2 seconds shy of filling that clock.
It was insane to see the combination moves. It was insane to see the 2 backflips. We saw everything. Now it is time to see the scores. Your score to beat Wildside, 8.713. Your score for Monster Mutt Dalmatian is... We got a new leader! 8.848 Blake Granger, Monster Mutt Dalmatian.
The entire building is shaking here at Rice-Eccles Stadium as Blake Granger means business. Your fastest qualifier is now your BKT freestyle leader with just 4 trucks remaining in our competition before we crown our final world champion of the weekend. Celebrations going on, but you still have Adam Anderson, Barry Musauer, Tristan England, Tyler Menega. Here is the replay. This is where Blake risked it all with 70 seconds left. Ends up into a bicycle, able to make the save. No point being deducted there. End over and greasing it into a nose wheelie combination. Goes for the stoppie right here into a moonwalk. Sets it back down. And then Blake Granger was not done. He continued on to the Morgan & Morgan backflip ramp, completing the run.
Hanging in the stands right now with Mr. Excitement himself, Jim Kohler of Avenger. Jim, you're the only driver to have competed in all 24 World Finals.
Yeah, you know, it's awesome out here. Monster Jam puts on the best of the best, the biggest of the biggest, the wildest of the wildest shows. This is the kind of action you see at a Monster Jam World Finals. This is what it's all about. This is why it's as big as it gets.
And it wouldn't be World Finals without a splash.
Morgan & Morgan backflip. Adam Anderson, Gravedigger with 80 seconds left. The legend. Continues on! Cartwheels! Can he save it?
Adam Anderson, Gravedigger the legend. Scoring is now open, judgeszone.com.
It is now time to hear from the siblings of Adam Anderson, Gravedigger the legend.
Folks, that may not have been the longest run, but that was the wildest run. That guy right there, he's not only a legend, he is the legend. That is our big brother, Adam Anderson. Everybody give it up for Big Steve!
Tristan Gravedigger, the legend, throwing down a crazy freestyle. Almost saves it there at the end with the cartwheel off the big ski jump. And we see him topple over, but that is true Gravedigger fashion.
Yeah, he's never won a freestyle championship in that truck. I think scores are in, Kate.
All right, the scores are locked in, and you can see he's in 10th right now with that 7.719. We're going to go to the BKT Freestyle Leaderboard. Blake Granger now on top of the leaderboard. Monster Mutt Dalmatian, 8.848. Right below him is Zach Garner in Wildside, 8.713. Gravedigger Red Primer, Weston Anderson, 8.279. Those are your top three right now as we continue on.
Get ready to do those zombie arms because Murray Moosauer and Zombie is about to hit this track.
Donut action with less than 60 seconds on the clock. Into the Morgan backflip. Can he save it?
Bari Moosauer, Zombie. JudgesZone.com is now open. Head on in and lock in those scores.
Here's the original Super Glue to the action replay. The vertical sky wheelie for Bari Moosauer. And on the far side of the track, right in front of the berms, then comes right down that race lane. Zigzagging his way, goes diagonal into that sweet spot, shooting the gap into a bicycle. And then here's the Morgan backflip. It's just doesn't get enough push on the back rear tires, and then ends up just a little short. You see the front steer not cooperating, and front wheel drive not getting him that save.
We're going to go to the scores here in just a moment. Blake Granger, Monster Mutt Dalmatian is the score to beat, 8.848. As we await the scores here at JudgesZone.com and our expert judges. For Bari Moosauer and Zombie, scores are in. Your score for Zombie, 7.152, putting him in 14th place. He is our next driver up. It is Tristan England, JCB Digatron. Into the Morgan backflip. Lands it. Saves it on one tire. 80 seconds remaining. Can he save it?
Tristan England, JCB Digatron. Scoring is now open at judgeszone.com.
Tristan England, JCB Digatron taking some risks as we take a look at the original Super Glue to the action replay. Here comes that 80th anniversary Digatron body, the JCB 80th anniversary. Some big air. You see the body parts starting to shred, and right here just clips, pushes off on the back two wheels. Does try to save it, but he's in the side of that bowl. And here's the Morgan backflip. Nice push off the back two wheels into a one-wheel moonwalk and kept it going in reverse. Tristan England was not done here as he whips JCB Digatron back around. Here's some big-time air for the two-time World Finals champion Tristan England, JCB Digatron.
Scores are in. Your score to be 8.848. And we're going to go to those scores. He's in 20th right now with a 5.263.
Introducing my son, my grandson, Tyler Meninga, Gravedigger. Ring the bell. Woohoo!
Wow! Monster Jam fans, what an incredible turn of events! Your 2025 BKT Freestyle World Finals champion, Blake Granger, Monster Dalmatian! Congratulations to Blake Granger, Monster Dalmatian, your 2025 BKT Freestyle World Champion! An incredible turn of events there for Tyler Meninga and Gravedigger, last year's reigning World Finals champion. But you see the excitement, you see the emotions here from Blake Granger, Monster Dalmatian. We've talked about it all season long. The maturity in his driving, and had one of the most incredible seasons of the year here in his career. Blake Granger, Monster Dalmatian, your 2025 BKT World Finals Freestyle champion. And an unfortunate turn of events there for Tyler Meninga. Graver looked like he just lost some power when he went into that popper off of the ski jump. So Blake Granger, Monster Dalmatian, it is his day, it is his year, and he is your BKT Freestyle World Finals champion. Incredible, the emotions, the excitement there. You can see it in his face. It's time to present your bronze medalist from Monster Jam World Finals Freestyle, Weston Anderson, Gravedigger Red Primer. Presenting your silver medalist, Zach Garner, Wildside. And presenting your Monster Jam World Finals Freestyle World Champion, Blake Garner, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Blake Granger in Monster Mutt Dalmatian takes home his first Freestyle World Championship. Blake, what a celebration up here with so many people that you work with, so many people that have believed in you. What does this mean to you, and what is the impact of being a Monster Jam Freestyle World Champion?
Man, it's going to take forever to settle in, but it automatically brings back to one phone call when Keith Speller called me and asked me if I would embrace driving Monster Mutt Dalmatian. And I told him it doesn't matter what body's on that truck. We're here for these Monster Jam fans, and I'm going to drive any truck as hard as I possibly can for all you beautiful Monster Jam fans. And that's what Monster Jam's all about, and that's exactly what we just did right here in Salt Lake City. And now we're a World Finals champion.
He has made history here tonight. Let's give it up for Blake Granger, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. What an incredible night of Monster Jam action. What an incredible weekend of World Finals action. All of you been amazing. KCG, Ray Villarreal, Christina Moore, Taylor Olivia. Man, it's been a long weekend. Casey, just wrap up things here with us.
It's been so amazing to see all of the hard work that goes in, not just on the track, but behind the scenes. A huge congratulations to everyone to make this Monster Jam World Finals happen.
Ray, Christina, Taylor, this was your very first World Finals live event. Talk to us really quickly.
I mean, I couldn't have asked for a better place to do it. Salt Lake City, you fans are so nice. You come from far and wide. Can we do it again next year?
Absolutely. What do you think? Come back next year?
Yeah, I think we're coming back next year. Like I said, you guys were so amazing out there being able to hang out with all of the fans. So thank y'all so much.
It's been absolutely incredible. Talk about a wild ride here at Monster Jam World Finals. I think each and every one of us are just so excited that we made it, we survived. Congratulations to all of the competitors, all of the drivers. What an amazing way to end the night.
Malski, you're part of the Monster Jam family. You're part of the live event. We thank you so much for hanging out with us again.
Hey, listen, the fans were great. The time was great. What a great time. How about a round of applause for all of these guys? Incredible crew, all the drivers and all the crews, man. What a great time.
It has been an incredible time. And on behalf of all of us here, we want to thank you so much. We hope you have fun. We hope to see you at the next Monster Jam World Finals. Yeah!
The keys in the ignition, so drivers fire your engines. It's a battle to the end, never give up, never give in. It's grit and guts, dirt and dust. Get out your seat and put your hands up. Let's ride, we got the green light. It's a party in the pit tonight. Let's go, this is how we roll on tires that are larger than life. Doesn't matter where you're from, it's running through your blood. Time to get loud, everybody buckle up. You waited, now you made it to the greatest show on dirt. It's the Monster Jam, yeah. It's wheelies burnouts and burnouts and walk-ins. Full throttle, head to head. You be the judge of which truck's gonna win. Let's ride, we got the green light. It's a party in the pen tonight. Let's go, this is how we roll on tires that are larger than life. Doesn't matter where you're from, it's running through your blood. Time to get loud, everybody buckle up. You waited, now you made it to the greatest show on dirt. It's the Monster Jam, jam, jam. When I say monster, you say jam. Monster, monster. Yeah, when I say monster, you say jam. Monster, monster.